the space of now Anthropia. So go ahead and give me an idea of what happened. What happened last time?
Well, let's see here. Got Locks back.
Locks or Nox?
Wait.
You actually get inspiration if you can tell me which one it was.
Nox is the
one that
the tattooed one.
Nox is the one that got bitten by the lycanthrope.
Right.
And we had to get the blood of.
Wait, did you look at the picture? Is that what you have there?
I'm organizing the photos on the desk, yes.
All right, you can use your resources, I guess. All right, so you both get inspiration for knowing the difference between Locks and Nox.
At least I know which one is which. Yeah, they're goblins. And Nox was the one that had been kidnapped and bitten by a lycanthrope, and we were able to get the blood of the Sewer King to her.
Yep.
I also put on the crown and realized I have.
That's where we left.
That we were talking to the member of the Ravenclaw trio, whose name is escaping me.
Ravenclaw trio.
I wrote it down.
Yeah,
I like that.
the Raventree trio.
Raventree.
Raventree.
I like the Ravenclaw one.
Ravenclaw, yeah, would be.
Sorry,
it's.
I was all put out.
It's already taken though. No Hufflepuffs.
I don't know if I wrote down his name.
Shut your mouth.
Wait a second, I need to.
We are all Hufflepuffs.
I don't believe I wrote down.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
I don't know. That looks like the dude from what's the?
We all have ideas of who he looks like.
So you initially said he looked like Timothy Oliphant, who is on many of Western shows.
But
I thought he looked like
why am I blanking on the name of the show? Fallout. Thank you.
Walter Goggins' character, the Ghoul.
But his name is Ricky Spanish.
Ricky Spanish. He has an accent that is hard to get.
Sure looks like Ricky Spanish to me.
He's the ricketiest Spanish you ever.
And he ended up giving a gun to Grumps, which was very nice. And we were deciding
if we're gonna run weapons.
Yep.
Or somebody here.
It could be just dogs.
Yeah.
They have a whole herd of dogs. And they like to bark. So anyways, so our main course of action today is what do we want to take on as our next assignment?
And what does the crown do?
The crown allows me to hear the thoughts of animals.
So yes, and
communicate with them, but I haven't actually tried to communicate with them. So I don't actually know that I can communicate with them.
I will tell you though that the crown looks ridiculous on your head.
I'm sure it does.
So it because it's tiny, right? Yeah. But it also fits perfectly as a cuff over your coat, so you could wear it as essentially like a bracelet.
I mean, if you want to be that guy, bracelet. Absolutely.
And after you've worn it for an hour, or if you would decide to, you can attune to it, and you feel like this, like that you can, that there's something that this object is capable of, and that if you make the choice to allow it to give you those powers, that it will, and to understand it.
Okay.
So that's what attuning means. So let's say though, like you don't have the ability to cast right now Identify, or maybe you do now that you've leveled up, right? But Identify would give you the ability to know what a magic item does before having to attune to it, right? But if there is a magic item that you pick up and you don't know what it does, you can work with it for an hour and figure out what it does. But in doing so, if it was, say, a cursed item, you're now attuned to it.
Okay.
and you're not going to know that until later. There's some things that you find out and some things that you don't by attuning to. So by attuning to this crown, you have two different things. One is the ability to cast Speak with Animals 3 times per day, which is hopefully more than enough. And it is also capable of casting a spell called Suggestion.
Ooh, that's a good one.
However, there are not any charges of that remaining. So that would need to be recharged. So you don't quite know the details of that, but you know that that you can like go someplace to get a crystal that recharges. So there is a job that Drunks has given you that to be able to run security for Gregor once the as we get closer to Restoration Day. It is now 5 days until Restoration Day. You guys have had a good night's sleep at the inn. It is the next day. You have leveled up to level 3. Let's go ahead and actually just take the time because we have I think a couple people that are watching right now. Go ahead and your character and what it is that you gain. Oh, you haven't been able to because you need to be in the campaign.
Yeah.
So
yeah, my character is Tyras, who is an elf rogue currently, and with level 3 I can start to get my first subclass. But because I'm not in the campaign just yet, which I hopefully will by the end of tonight,
yep.
I will be taking the Arcane Trickster subclass,
Okay.
which is not available in PvP.
So let's go ahead and take some time though to for you because you have the Arcane Trickster pulled up.
I actually have Suggestion pulled up.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
don't no, that is not available yet.
Oh, he should. Okay, that's Warlock.
But go ahead and here you can take mine.
I got you.
I have a couple players handbook too.
Okay, so go ahead and
That's
look up.
2024. That's 2024.
That's 2024. So go ahead and look it up, and we'll kind of role play that that these things are slowly starting to happen. What can be advantageous about this is, let's say that you get to pick, a certain number of level 1 spells. I will actually allow you during this session to not really know what your level 1 spells are, but to be looking over the level 1 spells and go, oh my gosh, I could really use this right now. And that is the level 1 spell that you decide to take. Does that sound like a plan? All right. Because it never makes any sense for me to just like this weirdness with leveling. I like to do it sometimes in the middle of combat because there's always that great anime scene where you're down to 1 HP because you've been hit down so many times, and then suddenly you just unlock a new power and you're at full HP. Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. I will allow that sometime. You will see. So let's go ahead and transition to. So is the decision you have? The ability to go through and pick your subclass. You are Tire Your Ass, and this is.
I did the Way of the Long Death.
Way of the Long Death as a monk. All right.
And so, I'm gonna have to go to my phone on this one.
What are some new things that you picked up with the Way of the Long Death monk?
Right, that's what I'm looking at. No, that's a straight monk attack. Touch of Death. When you reduce a creature within 5 feet of you to 0 hit points, you gain +6 temporary hit points. And Uncanny Metabolism. That's a straight monk one. So
What
that's
about
good.
what about deflecting attack? Is that straight monk?
That's
too?
straight monk. Deflect attack and redirect attack. Deflect is when an attack roll that includes bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage hits you. You can reduce the attack total damage by D10 plus 6. And then deflect redirect is a reaction. If you reduce the damage to 0 via deflect attack, you can expend a focus point to redirect some of the attack force. If you do, choose a creature within 5 feet of you.
All right, we don't need to get into all the.
You shut up. Yeah, I am explaining it for everybody.
You also got access to Fairy Fire.
Yep.
As being a third level as
Look,
the fairy that you
I
are.
like Theoden.
Nobody.
Yeah. I look at figurines of Wondrous Power. Is that what they're called?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want one of those too?
Nope, sure don't.
All right, so there is the ability to do a security job at Gregor's, which actually now really appeals to you because you know that he sells magic crystals. But that's not going to be for the next couple days. That's just going to be the 3 days leading up to Restoration Day. There is the job that Boar has, which is just escorting escorting 2 crates of swords of ever sharpness to Gale Force, which are then going to continue on to the outpost of Helmet. And that is something that can be done. That it's actually leaving later on this morning. So
Jump on a ship, sit back, sit on the crate. Bob's your uncle. We're there.
That's right.
We got this.
All right. So as you are moving down through the, as you're moving down to the market where Boar the blacksmith is at, you do encounter again Trevor. I gave you his little
Is that the little kid?
with a giant sword. He's like, hey,
Like half breastplate, man.
hey, where are you guys headed?
Do we know the name of the place we're going?
Oh yeah, we're headed to board the black.
So I looked out my window and I saw you guys walking through Drunkard Alley, and you had blood on you. And you were coming out of the sewers and you were covered in poopy. So you guys are like real adventurers.
Yeah.
Could we come with you? I'm the royal we. Just I would like to come with you.
How old are you?
I am almost 9.
Well,
But I'm really good in a fight. We're really good in a fight.
deep down inside, I've always wanted 9-year-olds to watch the six.
All right, kid. As long as you stay out of the way, don't get in trouble.
Okay.
We can follow along.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna go ask my sword to my dad. And hold on 1 second. He drags his sword back into the shop. It's a candle shop. It also sells tallow and some other items and things. And you hear you see a man step out and kind of looks the 2 of you over. You guys good?
Absolutely. Son seems like he's bound and determined to go on an adventure. And
He is. And I'm tired of repairing things in the house here with him training. So yeah, I would like him to get outside and kind of see some of the world, but I just want to make sure that you're not like weirdos or something.
I speak to this one that much. I can tell you, you'll be safe.
No, I'm making sure that you'd be safe.
I'll be
Yeah, I mean, if as long as you're good, you'll be safe.
very.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, you can go. Hey, Trevor starts skipping along behind you. All right. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Are we gonna go fight some bad guys right now?
Right now, we're gonna go talk to four of the black, and we're probably going to do some protection for.
Protection first. Oh, are we like for a princess? We're like taking her to her wedding.
Whoa.
Just
Shipment's gonna be sword.
oh,
Really sharp sword.
Ooh,
Like your sword.
my sword. Yes.
Let's look at that sword.
I don't touch it though, please.
Can't touch the sword.
You can. I just would not recommend it. You take a look at the sword.
Young one.
Go ahead and roll either a perception or a history. If you're looking at the sword, you can go ahead and do so.
All right, we'll go perception. I think that's wisdom based. Yeah. Let's see. That's not great. 14.
14.
I know.
For which one? For which
For
one?
perception.
For perception. What was your?
I got with an 18 plus. I have plus 5.
23. Okay. So, so in, so like different information is going to come from a different kind of check, right? So based on perception, you're actually looking at the thing, right? Insight is going to be like understanding and the experience of people, right? Investigation would be putting the pieces together. History would be knowing things about it, right? So based on both of your perception, you've been seeing this kid every once in a while. There is definitely, you've picked up on him using we, right? It is based on how this sword looks. There has been an incredible amount of attention paid to the creation of this sword. It is 100% something magic, right? And I will say that just based on your passive perception, you know or have heard, or excuse me, passive history. And I don't know if you have any history, but you know of there being, yeah, you know of there being sentient weapons, right? And it seems that this child might be in possession of a sentient. Also, based on the characteristics of the runish markings and the details of it, you don't get the impression that whatever the animating spirit of this sword or the powers that it have are like sunshine and rainbows. It's definitely more likely shadowy death. It looks like it wants to be on a heavy metal cover, not like an alternative. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Odd. 4 to 3.
I recently got the Marvel Unlimited app, which is really decent stuff. Because I years when I saw so far, it was good. Yeah. Your mind's going there. That's what they do.
Really?
Yeah. They love each other.
Oh, symbiotic, man. It's win-win for everybody.
Will you turn up that microphone? Like the little dial thing? There we go. All right. So talk again.
Before else makes it here you go.
No, they don't need to.
I don't know if it's picking
The
you up, but
Marvel, the
we'll find
Marvel
out.
Unlimited app is. So you want to read back issues of Long?
All right. So as you enter into Ford the blacksmith's abode, it doesn't have that same sulfuric smell uh, that it did prior, and there are two large containers that are lock boxes uh, that also have seems to have like two devices on each side of it um, that have stones that are emitting a faint blue light. They seem to be lapis stones attached to these large locks. They look like they would weigh upwards of 500 pounds each, if not more. Um, but just based on the look of it, it seems. I'll just tell you because you're going to find out me. But he comes over and says, "Yeah, I got these boxes ready," and starts to crank on the side, and the stones lower. And as they start to lower, you see the boxes become kind of buoyant, and you'll be able to easily slide them wherever you need to go, and they'll just kind of hover there for you. Like, I just want you to be careful though, because once they get going, it's tough to make them stop. Make sense?
Yep.
So that's why you have to hold this in place after you've cranked it. And if you let go, it drops. So that way you don't have a situation where it just goes flying. Yeah. And I forgot how I was going to do this guy's voice. So, any questions on what the job is? Yeah. So you're going to go down to the South Pole, and you're going to get a ride with Steve. The pilot doesn't speak. You seem pretty crafty. You both seem a little crafty. I want you to take a look at the captain and find out what his deal is. All right?
Steven?
Wait, no, Stephen used the boat.
Oh. Oh.
But they pretty much both get called Stephen because Stephen doesn't talk, right? But we've had problems with pirates, and Captain always survives. I'm wondering how he does. Getting a little worried. Maybe he's in, but it's only been one time. So,
Think he's into food?
now here's the thing. No, he ain't fucking vampire. No, he ain't eating people. No, I mean, yeah. Nobody's that messy to eat it.
We just messed up like
Yeah.
No shit.
yeah.
On the
You're gonna be my favorite bird.
on the weapons there. Is that okay?
Yeah, so I have one charge left on my desk.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. I got some. We got some great stuff for you if you can finish this off. So, what is it that that you decided on?
I decided on it. You know any tattoo artist?
No, I researched. It takes a very special kind of alloy to be able to make the needle that makes the mark, right? And I got a contact, and I'm excited to work with this metal. So I appreciate you making this inquiry for me. So
Let's do this.
for you, yeah,
Any good quarter staff?
well, buddy, yeah, I got something special for you. All right, orders. Hey, that's a good one. Wait, who's that? Trevor? You decided whether you're gonna sell me old Philly there?
No, Philip says I can't tell you him. He's with me.
All right. If Philly ever decides he wants a different owner, you let me know. 'Cause I would love to get a good look at that thing, kid. I'd love to get my hands on it. Don't touch it, sword. Do not touch his sword. You guys are gonna travel with him?
Wants to tag along.
Yeah.
Right. Dad, we keep him.
You
It's like a
told
simple bit.
you
It's like a
told
simple
you
enough
told
job.
his dad you were gonna keep him safe.
His dad seemed more concerned about us.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, you're good guys though, so it's not gonna be an issue. But yeah, yeah, you keep him safe. Okay. All right. Trevor, you have a good time on your adventure, all right, buddy? I hope you, like, now, I mean, whatever happens, happens. So, yeah. So, this is an official writ. It gives you permission to be transporting weapons. So if you get stopped by the Watchers of the Way, you make sure that that you let them know that you are transporting weapons for me. They might want to do a search. Should be good to go. The thing is, we've had difficulties, like I said, with pirates. If they find out that you're transporting weapons, then they're going to do you a lick of good. They're going to want the weapons, and they'll kill anyone up there. So, again, try to look out, find out what Skippy's been doing to survive these encounters, and then you don't have to get a ride home with him. You can take this here. Who wants to hold on to it? This gives you access to any portal. It only comes back to Reno, though. So just find a portal that's headed to Reno. You can get back. It authorizes you and up to 4 individuals, along with plus or minus some cargo. So pretty much the weight. Well, if it's just you, then like 4 people's worth of weight. If it's 4 people plus you, then no cargo is what you carry. Make sense? All right. So, I mean, you could pay extra if you wanted to ship something. All right. Anything else that I need to tell? There's going to be an extra stop in Anthro. Just for supplies.
So we want to bring
Oh, no, no.
this is just for the
Yeah, something. All right. Yeah, just a quick step. All right. It shouldn't be anything.
we are
Oh,
big man, the big circle, right?
no, the big circle is Anthro. That's the city of Anthro. Yep.
That's where we're stopped.
That's where you're going to stop, right?
Currently, we're in.
The P-looking thing, but with a little bit of a tail. Yep, that's Reno. Okay, and then you're going to Gale Force, which is down there at the bottom. It's a coastal city.
So we're gonna go around the Cape of Euphropia. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yep. So, yeah, you'll fly over Anthrop, you fly over Windsor, and you'll end up at Gale Force, which is right there on the. So Gale Force is a walled city. It started off as just an outpost, but it grew into a full city as opposed to some of the other outposts. But because it's right there on the border with the wilds.
Fair.
What's that? Yeah, that's what you're gonna find out.
He's just talking slow.
Yep. So as you continue, you watch as he pulls out a what you're not really sure what it is at first. Kind of seems like a wand,
and he passes it over the 2 crates, and then passes it over the passes it over a small pouch that he has hanging on the side of his on the wall. Okay, everything checks out. And as he brings it over to you and tells you that everything's good to go, you do notice that the wand lights up when it gets close to you, the same way that it did when he passed it over the bag that was hanging. All right.
You wearing that vest?
Do you want to do a intelligence check, or do you want to just go ahead? You can have left the blacksmiths now, and what is it that you infer with that?
I sure feel like there's something extra special about both the vest and the bag.
Okay.
All right. Do I want to do? I'm not doing an investigation.
Here's the thing:
I'll do a history check.
if you can figure it out yourself, and it's not metagaming-ish, right?
Mhm.
But especially with you being from Faerun, right?
Mhm.
As opposed to just a native here of Anthrop,
There's something special about the vest of holding that I have that can carry up to 100 pounds, 5x5 sections.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
something more to it than that?
Well, there's something that's similar to the bag that's on the wall.
Right. So what are you assuming that it is?
Yeah. Well, I'm semi-smart. 15. Pretty smart. I'm assuming it's literally a magic bag of holding. So there's way more in it than meets the eye.
Yep. But he didn't pass. He just passed it over the bag, but he was really checking the crates.
There's something in that.
So as you're having this kind of conversation, Trevor's just tagging along with you, just like a kid. He doesn't want to be annoying, right? Like the kind of younger son that knows not to be too annoying when he's around his older brothers, because his older brothers will, not let him hang out anymore. So he's just trying to be cool like you guys, right? And he just keeps smiling and nodding, like he understands what you guys are talking about. And then you're approached by a salesman that has a cart. It's like, gentlemen, you look like individuals that may be in need of geared equipment. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you needed geared equipment, but you were not near a shop to be able to get that equipment, or you just didn't want to leave the house? I have here for you, and it is free to you. And he has actually, go ahead and pull out that crystal inside of that. Yep, right there. Hands out a crystal and says, so that right there is a sending stone. Are you familiar with sending stones? So usually they come in a pair, right? They come in a pair, you're able to call the other one, but this one goes back to my distribution center. And you go ahead and make a call with that sending stone. You let them know whatever it is that you need, and within 24 hours, what you need is going to be delivered to your location. Sometimes as soon as within like 8 hours. But obviously, the farther that you are from the city of Anthrop, that's where our distribution center is. The harder it is to make those deliveries. But our delivery people work day and night. So all you have to do is make a 100 gold deposit into your Grecian account, and then anything you need from Alpha to Omega can be delivered to you within 24 hours. And so that gold stays in your account and then gets subtracted when you make an order. But the sending stone is free. If that's what you're looking to do, yes, I can take the gold and it'll be set up in your account. All right. And he goes ahead and takes the gold. and puts it into a lockbox. While you're having this interaction, you do see a very posh-looking carriage that is also hovering, pull up, and the doorman gets out and says, "Joffrey, your father wishes to speak." I'm actually with customers right now. You can tell my father that I am not not available. So yes, you see that. Yeah, anything that you need is going to be able to be delivered. Did you have anything that you wanted to make as an initial purchase just to see how it works?
Yep, list of things.
Yes, absolutely. So, anything in the common equipment is available, and depending on the availability, even magic items are available. So anything that you needed in common equipment is available, and then magic items are also.
Joffrey. Sounds like your dad's really on top of you.
That is the it's an understanding. He doesn't share my vision. He thinks that we're just bleeding money because I'm giving things away, yeah, and because of how cheap the prices are for the goods and equipment. But I have a vision. There seems to be kind of a coldness that comes to his eyes as he talks about his vision. And the doorman, who is a large, hulking, minotaur-like creature, is or what is the attendants on a carriage called? Footman? Yeah. Says, "Your father." I am not getting in that carriage and going to speak to my father. I am trying to expand to a new city, and you watch as the carriage opens, and stepping out of the carriage is an older man, bald, and the footman says, "Your father has come to bring up. Talk with me." And Joffrey seems a little taken aback. Gentlemen, I do need to entertain one of our investors. Do you have any questions for me? I appreciate you and your business, and
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your last name.
Basin. Joffrey Basin. And it's Grecian Industry, where you can get anything from Papa to Omega delivered to you within days. Get it from the Greek. All right, you see him walk away and essentially be grabbed by the ear as he is taken into the carriage, and there is a somewhat loud conversation happening. You could, if you step a little closer, but this is the individual that gave you this sending stone, and here is the man that grabbed him by the ear and brought him into the carriage. You hear the yes, you are aware of anything that is in the I don't know if I've put a lot of details into the I will after this, but the details of what is the father, Jefferson. He is the creator of Levitator Industries, which dominates all of the flying ships that are available. He also supplies all of the keepers of ways, the guards that maintain roads and do stops and all that kind of stuff. So they are. He essentially funds the police force of customs. So this is the type of This is the most common type of levitator that you see, and then there is also the interceptor, which is.
I remember going through we're probably taking a flipper for our correct?
Yeah, that's what you would assume, right? So you just the majority of what you hear from the conversation, but with the footman being nearby, it's obvious that you're not welcome to stick around. The pieces of the conversation that you pick up are essentially you're wasting all of my money. I should have never given you any control of my assets. I told you to stop this nonsense. And instead of the confident individual that was selling to you, you now hear just a whiny little snot of a kid. Dad, you said. All right.
Joffrey.
They're inside the.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a chance to talk.
Oh, that's too bad.
They're kind of gone, and I think we're ready to keep moving forward.
Yep. But I'm curious as to what you would have said.
I was just gonna wonder if he could whip us up a chain.
Well, we can do that right now. And
Yep, you can just call on the sending stone. So what is it that you want to order? A chain?
we have 100 gold credits. How much is the chain?
Chain's only 5 gold.
Okay. So you get onto the sending stone.
95.
And a woman's voice greets you. Yes, get it from the Greek. This is Stephanie speaking. What is it that I can procure for you?
Chain.
Yes. How long? We usually sell it in 25 feet increments. So 25, 50, 75. 25. All right, 25-foot chain. And where are you located currently, and where would you like it delivered?
We are in
Reno.
And we're by the Stephen, down by the airship.
The South Port or the North Port? We are. Yep. And how long are you going to be in that area? Because we do have a distribution center available in Reno right now that does have chains in stock, and we could have one delivered there within the hour if you're going to be at that location for now. You'll have to get to the port. You haven't gotten to the port yet.
Not there yet. What time's departure supposed to be?
Around noon, and right now it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we'll be here. We're going to be right in this area for the next hour.
All right.
We'll be at the dock.
Okay, and then the delivery person will need to scan your sending stone, so make sure that you have that at the time of delivery, and it'll be good. It will actually home in on the sending stone, so you won't have to worry about guiding them in.
Okay.
All right. So you start to take off toward the port.
As we're leaving, I want to do a quick bang, bang, bang with Joffrey and Jefferson, and just be like, Joffrey, thanks for the chain.
You're welcome. What the fuck was that? What are my customers? I told you it's working. Oh, and it says it's 5 gold.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh. Horrible.
You got the Prime package.
it's not called.
You got the Primo package.
Whatever.
I know. I came up with a name for preferred customers.
Nice.
All right, so Reno Southport, you come to this area in. You've actually seen the Northport Furnace, but it's much nicer than Southport, and it is not a standard levitator clipper that you're going to be flying on. It is going to be a modified, essentially just a regular like fishing vessel that's essentially had freaking lapis stone strapped to it and chained to it, and is capable of levitating. It is currently on the dock and is secured down, but the let me see if I can actually get it. All right.
Very big.
So while you're looking, and it actually says on the side of it, Stephen, and that is the name of the ship. And while you're looking at it, essentially like an overgrown crow steps up to you with a cloak on, and is looking up at the ship and you. David? And a hand comes out that it looks like it could have feathers on it, but the feathers are all very stubbly. It's not going to be able to fly, and points up toward the ship, which has a rope ladder that is pulled down to the dock where it is tied down. It looks like you can ascend the rope ladder. There's also a crane hoist that is extended over the side that looks like it's ready to receive the crates that you were pushing.
Put them up.
If you want to wait an hour for your chain to arrive, then load everything up.
No, we can load up right now. Chain will get here.
All right. Start loading up.
All right, let's start loading up. And you start to load up, and the Kinku captain assists you with strap. That's what he is. So it is he's a flightless bird that does not have the ability to speak, other than he can speak in avian, or there is a language that they can actually communicate in, but when it comes to common or any kind of other language, they can say what they. Oh, what happened? They crawled up on you.
Ooh.
Good.
Ooh.
I was scratching my leg, and I felt something like moving. I was like, fuck.
That's not good.
No. All right, we're gonna have to spray for pesticides now. So, able to mimic back whatever is said to them. The Trevor is actually pretty helpful in helping to load up as well, and he seems excited. I don't have a picture of it, but what looks like a shaved flying monkey. Yeah, what looks like a shaved flying monkey comes down and is looking around. You can see around its neck a crystal that is similar to the sending stone that you have, a little bit larger, and looks at you and pulls out a bag and hands it off to you. And you watch as the two crystals kind of wink at each other, the sending stone that you had and the one that's around his neck, and boom, takes off. There's a call that comes in, kind of a beeping noise. Yes, this is Stephanie from Grecian. We show that the delivery was made. Can you confirm that? All right. Well, thank you for calling the Grecian. If there's anything else that you need, let us know.
So you can put it in your inventory, you have a change.
Mind if I store it in one of your pockets?
We have a chain.
In my fucking vest.
So while
You're wearing the vest, our vest.
So this
Our bullshit.
this happens.
Spotted it on the bourbon cake file and grabbed it.
This happens pretty close to when you're loading up, and there. Do you want to put the stuff below deck, or do you want to have it above deck? It'll take a little bit more work to get it below deck.
I think below deck would be wiser, especially like a pirate.
Yep.
Okay.
Seems like the smarter. I
Sure.
don't know how air travel works here. Like if they would just sneak in behind underneath.
How long was the trip?
Long enough. So Board did say that you'd be back. So it'll be essentially a 2-day travel to Gale Force.
Is there anything to fasten the crate to once we get it inside?
You mean like strap them down? Yes.
Probably use for that chain.
You go, chain them down.
Good enough.
Cross that off my inventory.
No, you can keep it on your inventory list. That way you know that you have it. You don't have to keep. We'll know that if you leave the ship and forget about the chain, that you have remembered it because you saw it sit around. You're gonna start wearing it. I just want to let you know that. Did you get the 25-foot or the 50-foot?
I got the 25-foot.
Okay, it's still. Yeah.
Anybody that's like intelligence level 7 or lower, it pities.
It pities the fool. All right. So you're getting ready to take off, and two individuals in full regaled plate armor with halberds. Yep. Keepers of the watch. You can see that they have the badge of a shield with what looks like kind of the. I don't have it out anymore. The like a steering wheel or a wagon wheel, and also in the center of it, kind of a symbol of a portal on their uniform. The ones that guard the portals are the most. What the look of her?
No, that's she's an investigator. So
If
Are they
she's the
part of the
watch.
she's a part of the watch, but she has an eye on hers because she's an investigator.
Oh, okay. Shield brick. Got it.
Shield. Yep. So they are keepers of ways. So you would see them if you were traveling on the roads. If they set up a checkpoint, or they would be the ones that would come and assist somebody if there was an overturned cart or is looking for bandits on the roads. They're also the ones that fly in the interceptors and kind of control the normal and also have boats that most of the time, though, if they're patrolling the waters, they still use their levitator interceptors as opposed to, because they can land on the water as well. Yes, these ones though seem like you talk about an entry level position, customs agents, and
Yeah.
Where are you guys headed?
Headed to
What do you transport? They're yelling up to the
transporting 30 swords of elven sharpness, steel of. No, sorry.
That's the seal.
Steel.
Yeah. You got it right there. All right. Hey.
Would you like to see our authorization?
Yeah, we're coming aboard. And they start to climb the rope ladder, which seems fairly cumbersome in full plate armor, but they do seem pretty practiced at it. Go ahead and look over your grid. You see them pull out devices that look similar to what Bohr had, and start to scan the ship and kind of looking for different areas. When one of them gets close to you, it goes off, right? It has a little light that lights up and goes whoop, whoop, whoop. You got bags of holding on you?
You? That's the holding?
Ooh, that's nice. Gonna need you to flip them inside out to see everything that's in there. Hopefully it's not too much, but we gotta see the entire contents of any bags of holding. We've had individuals that have been trying to transport illicit materials, and they're using bags of holding.
Yeah, I don't think it's good.
You accusing us of smuggling?
I'm opening it up because there's nothing in there.
I'm not accusing you. I'm just checking for smugglers.
The only thing I put in my bag of holding is your chain.
So you flip inside out the pockets, which feels weird, because you can tell that when you do that it would actually like just spill forth all of the contents of and you can imagine how much stuff can go into your
Right.
yeah. So if you have to do it in the future, you have a lot of stuff. You might want to take it off and just turn it over.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to just suddenly have.
Right now, the only things I have are like my daggers that I have on a forgery kit. The thieves' tools, so I'm keeping those on.
So he scans over again and kind of at the dagger that's on your vest. He says, evocation magic is not allowed for civilian use. Your dagger there is putting off a signal that it has some evocation magic. I don't know if I have to take you in or confiscate it, or if just a warning is sufficient.
Hold on. Hold your horses there, buddy.
Let me handle this.
All right.
This was given to me by Bohr for our last mission that we did in conjunction with Eliza. And I've just kept it because that mission required the flight supply control. You may know Eliza.
I do know Eliza. Yeah.
So I think she would vouch for me and for that mission that we just completed.
All right, go ahead and do a persuasion check with advantage. So I'm guessing that's going to result in like a 27.
336.
I'm just hoping it's 2.
Terribly awesome. Roll another one.
No, because I got a. Is that a 14?
That is a 14, but you get to go with another roll and take the highest.
Okay, so a 14 and a 19. Which one? I'll
Yep.
take the 19, and I have a.
So
All
it
right,
turns
so-
out he does have a
so-
27.
Name dropping Eliza and talking about the lycanthrope situation is something that he had heard about, and he was. You can tell that he was looking for some bribery to let you off, but because you know Eliza, he now backs off of that intention and also doesn't want to confiscate anything off of you since you have connections to people that are higher on the food chain. He says, "Oh, okay, I'll go ahead and let you go." And then the other guy, "Hey, Boris, we good down there?" "Yep, all clear." And Boris, though, seems nervous. But the two of you get off of the two of them descend off the ship, and you start to leave. So, you can do a perception check, and if you do a perception check, the question is, what are you looking for? If you do an insight check, that is going to give you some.
I'm gonna do an insight check to see if I get a sense of why. At least the guy that I was just talking about. He's cool.
Yep.
He was like,
You definitely got the idea that he's
cool with me, but
he's cool with you, but he wanted
money, but
he wanted some money.
But I was able to
Get away from that, yes.
Yeah, by name dropping Eliza.
Are you doing a perception check or an insight check?
An insight
No.
check.
For you.
I'll do perception.
Okay,
I got it.
that's fine.
Yep. I got it.
12 total. Okay, so you were watching him when he went down below, and that's what made him nervous.
Okay.
Is that's when he seemed to start acting weird. Was after he went down and he was checking the crates, and he was checking kind of behind the crates and kind of bent down, and then looked up and saw that you were watching him, and then started to get nervous. And
Is his detector going off?
his detector is not going. It is doing the same thing that it was. That although they are different styles, it did this. He was, but he also had no reason to bend down the way that he did. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a little break so I can go to the bathroom and grab a piece of pizza, and then we will continue on to the next thing that happens.
No. Not really.
What you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. You would, I suppose, start out by fulfilling all your wishes. You could design for yourself what would be the most ecstatic life. You would move over to an adventurous dimension where there were certain dangers involved and the thrill of dealing with dangers. And you could rescue princesses from dragons and go on dangerous journeys, make wonderful explosions and blow them up. Eventually get into contests with enemies. And after you've done that for some time, you'd think up a new wrinkle to forget that you were dreaming, so that you would think it was all for real, and to be anxious about it. Because it'd be so great when you woke up. After all, what would you do if you were God? I wonder what you would do.
おじさば置いてください。
made the decision a while back. She makes and
An ideal dreamer.
a little bit. And like, this was one of our issues when we first got married. Like, she was making 6+ figures when we got married, and I made this suggestion. Why don't I just get it? I will never.
Fair.
Yeah, and absolutely. I always thought I was naturally living that. And
Big.
yeah,
I
and
mean,
but part of it, like, I think it's a lot harder than people think. And again,
are we all adults viewing on the live feed?
Yeah.
are we live
Or-
streaming?
yeah,
still?
no. No shit, it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Are you
That's-
kidding?
That's where again we would have been in a fairly decent position. Right? Had she stayed working, she got a federal job. That was really easy work for the office.
Okay.
Like basically approving grants for projects in Ireland. Like I said, it's a really good job. Great benefits. You know, I think she just didn't like the idea of traveling. But the idea that we were going to live on like my $40,000 salary alone.
Is she romantic?
No, I think she just is an idealist. And so like that's the thing. Like I think for cost of this, like I'm way paid ahead on a few things. So she wants to get some part-time help. Yeah, but I've already given you all the money for this year, so don't ask me for more.
Are you sure you want this broadcast? I will next time.
Not your problem. It's
Yep.
hi, folks. It's my personal drama. I you know, again, I get along with my ex-wife.
Don't worry. I
No,
doubt that
seriously,
anybody-
Ned, your life is great. It's fantastic. And your ex-wife Maud, I'm sure is confused right now.
No, I make it. So I think the homeschooling was the right choice though for my kids. Better. But I just think it's sometimes that's clear.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a ton of work.
Yeah. And to have a full-time job on top of it. Again, that's why I'm in a position where I'm very lucky.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. Load.
It's a wooden thing.
No, I feel like I'm in a pretty
You're in a great spot, man.
Yeah.
Here's the thing is, what I've noticed is you tend to think stuff out. Just very small pieces that I think you're a thinker.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing.
No, and again, it's like I you know, again, like I've been looking at this again, me, like the other part of it is caring for my brother the way we have to, like that benefits.
It's hard because
Yeah. Like today, like when I take him for a couple appointments. The thing for me is I don't know how to help people because it is so much. I don't know what the right answer is. Like I'm half tempted to say, just get them some opioids and just let them ride the dragon. Even that much constantly. And I just like it's not going to get better. And that's the hard part. Watching somebody
hard to feel powerless.
Yeah. And that's why like again, like I'm taking power away.
Sure.
All right, we're ready to get back to it.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
No, you're good. All right, so flying into the city of Anthrop, everything goes pretty. It's beautiful. You're able to fly over the countryside. You've taken a trip like this before, but it's definitely not something that you get to do very often. You are able to fly a lot, but it's nice to be this high up and not having to expend any effort. So you realize though that it can be problematic to have your wings extended because
Back in.
yeah, you're kind of walking around right now. I mean, there's still the law of centrifugal force that works in your favor, but the air resistance as you try to lift up,
I'm just going to use my legs. I got these great toothpicks. Okay.
Anything that you're investigating while you're in flight.
Can we see the captain?
Yeah, he's right there, working the. He's been moving back and forth from the, putting up the sails that are needed, moving back and forth. He's actually even shown you how to work the wheel in a game of charades. But the hard thing is that he'll only be able to say to you things that he's heard.
Does he seem calm or anxious? If I'm looking at him, is what he doing is what he's doing with the ropes and everything. Does it appear like this is just normal, or does he appear like he's waiting for something?
No, it seems pretty normal. You do notice as you are moving around that there are blood stains on the deck, and you also see gouge marks from what might be a sword or something like that has come into contact with the side of a mast, along with blood stains on the floor. So this vessel has seen combat. So he is anxious, like anyone should be that is anyone that would be that is flying after having been raided by pirates.
I'm going to ask him, do you think this is going to be a smooth trip?
No problem.
Should we be worried at all?
You notice that he looks down at toward the hold of work. What you're able to ascertain from that is that, and something that Bohr had said too, that transporting weapons has a greater likelihood of piracy. Also, he seems to look around at his ship. And he says in a voice that's not his own, "Wish we were flying in a levitator." This is not a nice ship. It's a janky remake kind of a ship, and obviously previous crew members that he's had didn't appreciate him.
a boat that's being held up essentially by pool noodles. Right. How far into the trip are we?
You're coming into Anthrop, which is that
Right.
large city.
So, and it's a 2-day trip. Oh, but we got to go to there. So, okay, so we're not that far into it. On the boat, how many ways are there down into the hold?
There's only really one way down into the hold. Yeah, so on the main hold itself, there are like uh, the crane that you used actually came over the top of some large pull-away panels on the deck that the stuff was actually set down into. On either side of the steering wheel, there are also grates like that can be pulled up, and then stairs or ladders that go down into the. So large doors in the center of the deck that are for loading, and then two ladder down hatches that are able to access the box. You do see as they're coming, as you now have visibility on Anthrop. He does start to become a little bit more agitated. It seems like he's kind of figuring out whether he wants to do something now or if he wants to wait a little bit. And then as you get to Southport, a floating hand. So you've gotten quite a bit down into near the port. And doesn't tie off or anything, just kind of comes in like he's going to come in for a landing. But then a floating hand comes flying up to the ship and rests near. Thank you, Captain. Goes down into the
Go down into the hold and stand by our boxes.
So he goes around to the back side of the box, taps twice, taps 3 times. A section of the box falls away, and he pulls out 2 sacks that look very similar to the ones that were on Thor's wall. And closes it up, goes around to the other side, pop, 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 pop. Apartment opens, pulls out 2 more sacks, and brings it up to the, and starts to bring it up to the main.
I'm going to intervene. Why are you getting into our boxes?
Roy's back.
Why are you getting into Boar's boxes? Because this is not where we're delivering them.
Special delivery and Or did mention that there was something that was supposed to happen in non-committal. You want to go ahead and do an insight check?
Yeah.
I'm looking at this as well. I do an insight check.
Yep.
That's the worst roll. Feel shitty. 11.
Okay.
All day.
Yeah, you can.
What'd you get? What's your modifier? You did an 8.
I got an 11.
All right. Okay. So I'll ask some questions and help you figure it out. What can the captain not do? Okay. Do most people know that Kenku can't vote?
Sure.
Pretty much, right? So what can't he do with the police? Fair enough, right? Now, can you two tell me? What did you know?
About the trip.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that we were ultimately going to Yale. There was something mentioned about Anthro.
Right. It was pretty just waved away, right?
Yeah.
So if you would have been questioned by the keepers of ways with a zone of truth around you, what would you have been able to tell?
Plausible deniability.
That's essentially what the why you weren't told about this particular. It obviously seems to be something that is less than
Legal.
right. So what were these scanners for?
They were looking for bags holding and possibly wood.
With your sleight of hand, you should look in one of the bags.
Okay. So I will tell you that we won't have you roll the perception check, but it's fairly obvious that there is a metal collar on each of the bags.
Picking that lock.
Oh, you could probably pick the lock, but you would have to pick the lock. It's not just like grab it and do it.
Yeah. I don't know that I can take it away from now.
Yep.
So I don't know that you want.
Yeah. But
I think my play on this would be like, where are you going and how can you?
hands each of you a bag. Bags weigh about 15 pounds each. He grabs 2 bags, starts carrying them up to the deck, hands off one of the bags to the mage hand that is floated up to greet you. Mage hand can't lift more than 10 pounds, but it can take something 15 pounds and gently deliver it down to the dock below, and comes back up to the next one. Moves down, back up to the next one, moves down. That's what's happening.
All right.
All done.
Yeah, that's our job, man. That's our job.
Okay.
So I'll have you do a perception check, though.
I've noticed something.
Oh yeah, you have a higher modifier. I have a 19,
Okay.
unmodified.
Unmodified?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I think we both,
I'm in
I
the.
think we both noticed. I got an 18 plus 5. You got an 19.
Okay, yeah,
plus
yeah, you definitely know.
I'm
So,
a 22.
okay,
He's a 23.
okay. Well, no, you both
noticed something.
both noticed something. So there was a smell that was present in Boar's blacksmithing area when he had all of the candles and fires extinguished, kind of a sulfuric kind of smell, red haze in the room. There is, as you were grabbing these bags, a little bit of red powder that uh, that was at the lip of one of the bags, and you can smell it as having that sulfuric kind of smell. If you
want to do a history or investigation check, you can do so to understand some of the properties of the, or you can make assumptions about the properties.
I think those are both. I'm going to do a history check.
Okay.
9, 13.
You realize that a lot of the history that you know is not from this world. But you know that sulfur is used in a lot of, as a material component in some evocation like fire magic. And so it could be components that are needed for something special. All right. So, another thing that you notice is a gold coin under one of the boxes. You can, it's just a standard gold coin.
Does it look like it fell out of somebody's pocket? Does it look like it was placed there and then the box was on top of it?
You go down to pick it up.
Yeah.
Sorry, maybe not nearly as well as I was hoping.
After that, yeah, I'm going to pick up the gold coin.
Okay, so you touch it. Okay, all right. So it's just a gold coin, but it slides out, and it doesn't seem like the box like was dropped on top of it. It seems like it's skidded underneath. But then you also think about the nervousness of your, not the nervousness of the captain, the inspector that came in. And maybe he was maybe there was more than one coin that he was gonna, that he was thinking about taking the coin, or something. Good to go.
I'm going to pick up the coin and try your act.
Okay.
So put it in the spot, right?
Yeah.
We have one extra gold coin.
One extra gold coin.
101 gold coins on me. Woo! Thank you.
Credit. For 5.
And we got 96 credits. So, yeah, we're doing pretty well.
All right.
You're looking at me, so it's pointing at me to have these credits.
No, we're good. All right, take off.
All right, we're on our way to go, right?
Yep, on your way to Galeforce.
All right.
I'm going to hang it in the hole.
Hang down the hole.
Yep, I'm going to hang down in the hole.
I'll be out on the deck, and I'm assuming
Trevor. Well, Trevor and Phil. Oh shit!
That's what the airship looks like. This is the Kenku captain.
Oh yeah.
Paige is not here at this time. But there is some cloud activity that seems kind of
suspicious as it moves closer and closer to the ship, and as the clouds start to thin out, you start to make out the silhouette of a large galleon kind of ship, as opposed to like a small fishing vessel, the way that you are on right now. You are instead greeted with the sight of
Oh,
above you, and you hear like a
hips hurt.
chanting that is going on, kind of a, and as the ship starts to come in closer and closer to you. All right. 8:44. So we've got some time for a couple rounds of combat.
Am I aware of what's going on out in the hold, or no?
I would say that
You've heard something.
you've started to hear something, right?
I've probably alerted like, fuck.
Yep. And then you watch as the Tenku captain disappears down into the hold with you, and then opens up a small, like, opens up a box and jumps inside. The box is barely big enough to let him through, right? And you know that on the other side of it is, it's on the wall of the ship, so there's no room to actually. So it seems that there is essentially a box of holding that the brave captain is jumping into and shuts behind. And the mystery of how does he survive the attacks becomes apparent very quickly. Okay, but you also saw the Kenku's reaction. It was not one of, "Oh, they're here, I should go." It was like, and you hear in a voice that's not his, "Oh my gosh, we're all going to die!" And then,
Or sorry, the mock.
game over, man, game over.
And Bill Paxton is at the helm.
Indeed.
Well, I guess I spread
Let's
out
go
my
ahead.
fairy wings and flutter on up there.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and roll for initiative.
There's nothing we can do to make it go fast.
There are things that you could do to make it go faster. Nobody have access to Gust of Wind?
No, but I have wings. I could get out and play. Gust, I think, is a cantrip. But we still have to have an issue. Ooh. Tommy, just rolling awful today. Look at this guy. Talk about rolling for advantage.
No, that was just,
And still no 20.
yeah, that was.
Was there one? All right. Well, I've got a 13.
Got an 11.
Is that with your
What's
modifier?
my initiative? Plus 4, so I got
Yeah. What did you get, Whisper?
13.
13, that's with your modifier.
Yup.
And Tiger Ass, you got a what? Right. Okay, so first skeleton that moves up, you can hear the it moves up and looks over the side of the ship and tosses down a rope with a kind of a grappling hook, but it is attached to a. I'm going to make it as just a short bow ranged attack just to see if it can do it. It's going to have the same AC as the. Yep. All right. So it attaches. He throws it down. You see it attached to the side of the ship, and he kind of ties it off, and it looks like now that would be a vector for them to be able to move down onto the ship. All right. Another skeleton moves up
How far are the squares? 5 feet?
5 feet and attempts to throw down another grappling hook. And a 17 hits. There are now 2 grappling hooks. Skeleton Minotaur. You watch as a hulking beast comes up to the side of the ship. So, yep, and screams out, "This vessel is taken in the name of Margaret the Red. You have been marked." Are you looking for her thing?
I remember.
Yep. You do not see her yet. All right. Go ahead and have the ship itself take its turn, and it is going to its hand.
So they could pull the side of the boat. It's easier access. But they're grappled onto it.
Yeah, they're still above us. All we can do is shoot down.
All right, so
Ever rented a U-Haul?
it is a fairly substantial hit, right?
Yeah.
But you notice that this ship, although it looks like a piece of crap, nothing has wood that old. You notice that it is well oiled, well preserved, and it took that hit like a champ. Well, about 20 more hits like that, and it's probably gonna hit the ground. But that's 20 more hits. So you've got time. All right.
Minute. All right, so we got rope at the front, rope at the back.
Next skeleton
Big stupid Minotaur.
is going to throw down another.
Who is this guy?
These skeletons are good. All right, so there are now 3 ropes attached, and they are pulling you closer. They will now have vectors to be able to start to come onto the ship. Kairas, it is your turn.
First thing I'm going to try and do is
All right, so you move up to cut one of the grappling hooks. I would say that it's fairly easy to do, so we're just going to go ahead and move you to which one are you going to hit? The first one. All right, move up and are able to cut free one of the ropes. Because of your proficiency with weapon mastery with daggers, you could move to try to cut another one.
yeah, there's only 2 arms, right?
There's 3.
Yeah, let's try and get an arm.
Okay, so you move up to the other one and are able to cut that one as well. So now there is just 1 rope that is currently attached. All right. Because we are now back to only 1 rope attack, they are not ready to be able to start to descend yet. That one does hit. There's now 2 ropes attached. This one makes its attack, and it misses. So you watch as a grappling hook comes down and
hits close to, or just comes up short, and you listen as the supportive crew all gives that guy a bunch of shit for not being able to literally hit the broadside of the head. All right.
Well, let's see here. Where am I at on that ship?
You have ascended from the hold from that location right there, and
Okay.
are now right here.
Okay. Closest rope to me.
Closest rope to you is up here.
That's the closest rope to me.
Yeah, the other two have been cut.
But didn't they just land another one? They had 3.
No, he didn't land it.
Oh, he did. Okay.
That's why I wrote it.
What's my move? 35.
Oh wait, one did hit. They were both kind of messed up. Yeah, we'll say that there's another one that has landed in the vicinity of you. That's fine. Because I did have another one hit. You're right. There's 2 attacks on me.
I'm gonna dagger attack that one.
Okay. So I'm not going to have you roll to attack a rope.
Okay.
You're able to move up and cut the rope. All right. So there is now just one rope attached. Is there any other?
For my bonus action, can I dash up to the front?
Up to the front of the ship?
Yep.
Absolutely.
To the other rope.
To the other rope. Boom. Now you don't have a action to be able to take for,
And that's okay.
unless you do a flurry of blows on the grappling.
I am a monk. Let's do it. Flurry
Spend-
of blows.
All
Do I
right.
need to roll to hit?
For this, we will do a roll to hit. I have
Flurry
determined
of blows. So 2 attacks.
2 attacks.
17.
Okay.
That should be a hit.
Yep, that is a hit.
All right. And then the other one, just to be fair, 15. Unmodified. 15.
All right, so essentially you come
20.
essentially
So 22 and 20.
essentially you come running up to it and you grab the grappling hook with your foot, kick it up into the air, and then kick it off the ship with a second hit. And all of the skeleton crew goes, ooh, and then looks over at Dave. I don't make up the names. That's just what his name was. The one that missed. We found your replacement. They're
Okay.
very interested in making you
So we
part of
got-
the group.
We have no ropes on the ship, right?
Right. But
They still have a lot of stuff.
we still have a lot of skeletons. And there's no one to steer us away from it. Because Captain Kenku is hiding like a snipe.
What's his face on our roll?
Kenku?
No.
Oh, shit. Fuck. Oh my
Our
gosh.
GM forgot about our NPC.
I did forget about him. Okay, well, he just shows up like that. Let me actually. All right. Okay. All right.
Sighting time.
It is.
Sighting time. Philip or Trevor?
I gotta find out where he's at.
I want to know what he's looking up.
I'm looking for Trevor. I don't know which book he's in. If I was good, I would have actually put down
who he was and what page he was on.
Simmer down, buddy. You haven't even found Trevor yet.
All right, so he's not going to go yet. I will keep looking for him, and then you all will be able to control him. All right. The other skeletons are all waiting to be able to move into position. They do throw 3 lines down. And we are back at the beginning of the turn order. The Red Revenge does take another shot with the cannon.
Oh.
And it goes wide. And sails over. All right, there are 3 ropes attached, and then the next round, skeletons will start to be able to come in and engage. A little bit.
I'm excited about it.
All right, what is your action that you were going to take, or do you need some time to figure out what spell it is that you want?
You have access to spells.
Yeah, well, all I've got is Mage Hand, and I can do 2 cantrips at this moment. It doesn't give me a whole lot of options.
I think Gust is a cantrip. Is it not?
Acid Class, Blade Ward, Chill Touch, Stamping Knife, Fireball Strength, Light, Mage Hand, if I'm out to get, Mending, Message, Mind Sliver, Minor Illusion, Have, Poison Spray, Precipitation, Ray of Frost, Toxic Draft, Thunderclap,
I will tell you that, that Chill Touch is the best against. I'm not telling you that these guys are undead. Yeah, I've utilized my resources and seed. Definitely skeletons.
What are you gonna do, man?
How many ropes are on us right now?
3. Considering how often I was hitting with my attacks, I would say that after I had 6 or 7 individuals able to go.
The longer we can't go anywhere unless we get. So I'm gonna try and take off more of the. I'm gonna try and take off 2 more of the rope.
Okay.
And it shouldn't even have to roll the hit. We just movement and do it. Right? 2 are up.
All right. I know his name is Maximilian, but his name in this is Trevor. His is that sheet.
Oh.
He's badass.
Oh dear heavens!
So I guess like
That
know.
stat line is, sorry, stat block
Yes.
is yeah.
I'm still trying to keep them off us as long as possible. I think that's my main goal. Like if they come down, I'll try and use like a frost ray.
Yeah.
I don't think I got the range to even hit them.
Right. So while you're trying to, you have the range to hit him with ice or chill touch. It's not. I know it's freaking dumb, but chill touch is a ranged spell up to I think 120.
But the ray of and chill. Yeah, I do have chill.
Okay. You have access to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and chill touch, if you do it against undead, it denies them a turn, I believe. And it also prevents somebody from being able to restore hit points until your next turn. All right. So Maximilian is up. What would you like to do?
Where's he at?
Right here.
Which one is he?
He's the guy that looks like a
Okay. Out front. And did Dave get 2 of the things off?
Yeah. There's one more.
Yep.
Have Maximilian go cut that one.
All right. So you watch as Maximilian calls upon his sword to imbue him with the power of a jackknife, and comes over, lightly swinging the giant sword that now is in his hands, and cuts the rope. And with the power of the swing, you're afraid that he would actually do more damage than that cannonball did. All right. Skeleton comes down on the line, and that amount of movement, I would say, is his turn. Yeah, we'll say that takes them an entire turn to get down there. Kyrie, you're up.
There's nothing attached to it, right?
Oh, that's right. You had said that you were removing the stuff. Okay. Yeah. So there is nothing attached to you other than the line that he had just come down.
So there's a skeleton.
Yes.
My turn.
It is your turn.
Can I try chill touch on him?
Yep.
What do I need to do to do that?
All right. So for chill touch, it's just rolling a magic hit, which is going to be your spellcasting modifier is going to be your intelligence modifier plus your proficiency modifier. Proficiency right now at level 3 is going to be, I think, a +2.
No, I just 18 plus 3 from my
Okay. 1d8. So on a hit, 1d8 necrotic damage, and can't regain hit points until its next turn. And if it's undead, you get an undead target, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against you until the end of your next turn.
That's 2.
Okay, so 2 points of damage. All right. Okay. All right, that does seem to
Is that my only action for that turn?
that is your action for the turn. So you have bonus actions, or you have
and you have movement.
Is there still a line connecting them?
There was just the one line because others had been taken out, but they're reattaching lines every time. So there will be skeletons that will be appearing on the ship repeatedly now.
So can I try and stab him with my fire dagger?
Your fire dagger would require you having an action.
So my bonus action.
Correct, because you can only use that additional attack that you have with daggers if you've made an attack with a dagger. That's what sucks about cantrips is they take a full action. So that was your attack. All right. The skeleton is going to cast out a line for his friend. He is now going to be able to descend down to this point. And is whispering quick.
All right. Use one energy or E. Focus. I have 3 focus. 2 left. All right. Yeah, that'll be smart. All right. I'm gonna attack the skeleton closest to me.
Okay, that's going to be the one that.
Yep. All right. I'll do a simple unarmed strike. What's that? And there we go. So 10, what did I say? 10, 15. And 1d6.
15 to hit.
Yeah, 15 to hit. Does that hit?
Yep.
Okay. Ooh, 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage.
9 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. Oh. No, you watch as they're resistant to piercing damage,
Okay.
but they do not like bludgeoning. You watch as he explodes, and comes down with a case of his head. Yeah,
I mean, in fairness, he's been there before.
He's been there before, but now he is as he should be. Now, question is does this trigger your ability of someone dying within, or is that not
It
applied
does.
to undead?
I get plus 6 hit. I get plus 6 temporary hit points.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and.
So that should put me at 33.
Yeah. So temporary hit points are different than your regular hit points, but we'll go ahead and keep track of it.
All right.
All right. So we're going to end things here. We have one skeleton down. It seems that Punchy McPuncherson is going to have a fun time with him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Might be a little bit much. And the Minotaur skeleton is also going to be interesting. You watch as in a dramatic fashion, Margaret the Red descends down from the crow's nest, and so where's my quote? Find it, boys. And
Fuck. In fairness, I thought.